Wake up and smell the turkey.
If you ever die my girl number 12 fucking you cold, but
You're bad, you're dog. Make it shut. Make it blood flag.
Children, get a gal and just go get your children. Get a gal and just go get your children. Gal have been up in a 10 and 11. Say she never.
Welcome to Off Topic. It's your host doing. Okay, so I received a text earlier about Trinidad and Tobago. They had a protest going on of a guy who was killed by police officers. They say he was unarmed. So basically the protest is over now. They cleared the roadblocks and everything, so they're working things out. But anyways, we'll have a story here for you. I'm gonna knock this one out before I head to the gym. So this is a young girl that was killed in Jamaica, 14 years old. So let's get to the story. So the Caribbean island nation that has given the world reggae music, jerk cuisine and Usain Bolt, and is heavily dependent on tourism, has recorded a reported 158 murders so far for this year. Jamaica reached the shocking numbers in the less than 50 days of 2018. The latest victim, a 14-year-old child, whose body was found in an unfinished building in the Browns Lane section, Granville, St. James, Montego Bay on Saturday. Police identified her as Tianna Clarke, a student who resided in Granville community. She was reportedly found with wounds to her face and partially nude, local media reports indicate. Oh boy. Partially nude. Wow. On February 14, a 3-year-old child was shot dead in Anatomy, St. Mary. The child, Kalisha Matthews, aka Pookie, was killed on Cane Lane, and she walked home with her stepfather on Valentine's night. So that was February 14. Despite a government curfew, St. James continues to be hotbed for murders, recording more than 300 last year during the first quarter. January 18, 2018, a state of emergency was declared by the Jamaican government for St. James Parish, which includes Montego Bay, as a result of a significant increase in violent crime. Military forces have been deployed to the area in an attempt to stabilize the situation. In total, in 2017, more than 1,600 Jamaicans lost their lives due to crime. Murders. The Canadian government updated its travel warning on February 1st to urge its nationals to exercise a high degree of caution in Jamaica due to the high level of violent crime and state of emergency in St. James Parish. The Canadian government also urged citizens to travel to Jamaica to avoid some parts of Montego Bay, namely St. Claver's Avenue and Horse Street, Flankers, Canterbury, Norwood, Rose Heights, and Mount Salem. The U.S. State Department, as of January 10th, warned U.S. nationals to exercise increased caution in Jamaica due to crime, warning that violence and shootings occur regularly in some areas of Montego Bay. The U.S. State Department, as of January 10th, warned U.S. nationals to exercise increased caution in Jamaica due to crime. The warning that violence and shootings occur regularly in some areas of Montego Bay, and said the U.S. government personnel are prohibited from traveling to the following areas: Flankers, Canterbury, Norwood, Rose Heights, Claver Street, and Hart Street. Some of the same mobile areas identified in the Canadian government as well. So let's get to how the 14-year-old was killed. We're gonna start the story on that right now. So that was a briefing of the crime, basically 158 so far. So let's get to the story. Okay, so this is the principal of St. James High School, where Tiana used to attend. So, principal of St. James High School, Joseph Williams, said prison is too good for murderers and has made a passionate call for the hangman to be brought out of retirement. I am so upset because from 1988, you need to understand, they stopped punishing murderers. From 1988, they don't hang nobody in Jamaica, said an upset Williams. On Saturday, one of his students, Tianna Clarke, 14, was found murdered in an unfinished building next to her home in Browns Lane, Granville, St. James. I'm very upset because I treat my students as I treat my own children. and what is happening at this time is very unacceptable, Williams said. Teachers and students were in the mood during general devotion at St. James High School when the star visited the school yesterday. There's no punishment for murderers like these, Williams said. All they do, those who they catch or who turn in themselves, put into prison. But prison to me is like a place of safety, and that is why murder keep on happening. Addressing the students, Williams said, I have already told you that anyone touches any of you, they cannot escape God's judgment. It's not talking. No one can touch any of you, kill any of you, rape any of you, and escape. Judgment is declared on them. You are going to see my madman because of the things they have done, especially to the little children. Since the murder of Tiana, one man, Owen Allen, otherwise called Zubo, of Browns Lane, has been taken into police custody in relation to the murder. Allen turned himself into police following an appeal for him to do so. Angry residents have also set his dwelling house ablaze after the death of Tiana. Valisha Vidal, Tiana's mother, said she was told that her young daughter and Zubo were very close. A guy that always down there say, Val, when you're not there, the two of them are correspond, Valish Vidal told the Star. So basically, Tiana was found partially nude. Her face was battered. So after they found her, they went to Zubo house. Apparently to, Jamaicans are, they go to beat Zubo. But because as you can see, rumors start flying already, said Tiana and Zubo was very close. So people take that a step closer. Is like Jamaica, you know how it go already. You have to, you're guilty first, prove it's innocent later. So good thing Mr. Zubog turned himself in. I'm not saying that Mr. Zubog is innocent, but you guys should let the police, rectify the situation, try to solve the case. Maybe Mr. Zubog is innocent. Maybe Zubog really was interested in Tiana as a daughter, not as a lover. Maybe he never see her in a sexual manner, because someone come to Valisha Vidal, which is Tiana's mother, telling her that when she turned her back, she and Zubog was very close and they were corresponding. And you see what rumors start flying? That person says something and they go to Mr. Zubog's house and set his house on fire. I mean, come on, man. But you know what? I know a lot of things that goes on in Jamaica growing up. I had a friend, he has a sister, she was like 14 years old, and it used to be a grown man, he was maybe 40, coming to pick her up all the time. That was her lover. He come to pick her up all the time, take her to school and all of that. I won't say her name, but she used to go to Holy Childhood High School, and it's like, I asked my friend if he never felt no way about it, that this grown man is having sex with his sister, and he said he didn't feel no way, because the mother accepted it. So who is he for them to listen? He said he never paid no money, just turn a blind eye to it. But it's true, a lot of grown men, they will say, you know what, the word they like to use in Jamaica is like, I'm gonna groom this girl, I'm grooming her, so when she grow up to, of age, she'll be mine. So basically, I'm not saying Mr. Zubog is innocent, and I'm not saying he's guilty. So you guys, as I said to you before, let the police deal with the case. Let the police solve the case. Give the chance to the police. Alright? So, I'm sure Jamaica should work off DNA evidence by now. They could say, I'm sure if she partially know, that means rape was involved. That's what I'm assuming. So anyways, it's a sad situation. She was just 14 years old. Life not even started. And she ended up dead. Anyways, this is doing off topic. Like, subscribe, share. Good night.
Wake up and smell the
You
turkey.
ever die my girl number 12 fucking you cold, boy?
You're drunk, you're bad, you're dog. Make it blood clot.